Alright, so today we have an unboxing from the Cubicle.us. I have 3 puzzles here, so let's get into it. Alright, so up first we have the Cyclone Boys G3 FeiChi. It's the stickerless bright edition. Real quick, let's get into the specs. The cube dimensions are 56 millimeters. The product weight is 91.1 grams. The release date was October 12, 2016, and you can pick it up on Cubicle.us for $9.50. All right, so right off the bat, this puzzle actually feels pretty good, pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap like some other stickerless puzzles I've had recently. So as far as the quality test goes, I'd say this is definitely not a budget puzzle. So kind of going into like, you know, the ability to corner cut here, you know, I would say that this puzzle is corner cutting comfortably at about that 40 degree mark right there. So that's probably the sweet spot. However, I feel like if I break this in more, yeah, I'm gonna get that 45 degree mark right there. So the corner twisting is actually pretty easy. You're not out of the woods yet with the corner twists. All right, so now most importantly, let's get into some first turns. First turns aren't bad at all. So I'd say going into the first turns, this puzzle turns really well. It's not magnetized, and I've kind of grown accustomed to magnetized puzzles. As far as the functionality of this puzzle goes, it functions really well. So my immediate reaction is that this puzzle is not a budget puzzle. It feels more sturdy. It feels like it's probably kind of a mid-range puzzle. Obviously the price is $9.50, and for $9.50, I like it. So I'll probably go more in depth with this puzzle when I do a budget and mid-budget comparison video. So as far as my immediate reaction goes, it's kind of a winner. All right, so up next here we have the QiYi Sail 3x3. It's the black edition. Before we get into this puzzle, let's get into some specifications. The cube dimension is 60 millimeters, so by far the biggest puzzle I have to date. The product date is a whopping 107.5 grams. The release date was March 6, 2017, and I picked this up on the Cubicle.us for $4.99. All right, so going into this puzzle, immediately it already feels bigger. I'm actually used to feel, I don't know, for whatever reason, the 4 millimeters seems to make a big difference, but this puzzle just feels bigger in my hands, which it is. It also feels heavier, and from first kind of glance, it's definitely more of a sturdy puzzle. It doesn't feel like it's flimsy or loose. You know, as far as piece separation goes, not that great. I'm also not really seeing much inside as far as like any divots or grooves inside the pieces, so I'm not sure if it's gonna turn well. We'll see. But going into it, let's check out some corner cutting. So corner cutting is, it actually feels very fluffy. Kind of buttery. Actually, buttery is going to be more of a better way to describe this. It's not bad. I'm not getting that 45 degree angle like I typically like, but I'm getting that, you know, probably 30 degree angle right there. That's probably the sweet spot right about there. About as good as it's gonna get, I feel like. So right away I can tell this puzzle is not corner cutting the best. As far as the corner twisting goes, it doesn't really corner twist that easily, so that's a positive. So I guess there's really no fear that this puzzle is going to pop on you. So let's get into some first turns. It feels like there's some friction in the turns, so yeah. So all in all, this puzzle is actually pretty hard to work with. The fact that it's a bigger puzzle, it's bigger in my hands, I feel like I have to do more complete turns because it doesn't corner cut well. So the lack of corner cutting and having to do more complete turns definitely makes this puzzle hard to use. It's also heavier in my hands, so that's not a plus either. I like my puzzles to be sturdy, but also on the lighter side. So I'm not going to give this puzzle an immediate high rating, nor do I feel like I'm going to give this puzzle a high rating in general. I just don't really prefer it. So with that said, probably not going to be a main or a sub main or a work main or really kind of any kind of main, I guess. So, eh. Alright, so up next here we have the Cyclone Boys FeiHu 2x2. I'm sure I'm going to butcher that name, so be gentle in the comments. Before we get into it, let's get some specifications. Cube dimensions are 50 millimeters. The product weight is 66 grams. The release date was June 14th, 2017. And the price I got on the Cubicle.us for $5.99. All right, so getting into this puzzle, from first feel, it feels definitely on the cheaper side. I'm sure it's because I'm used to these other plastic puzzles, but it just feels like just cheap hollowed plastic. So the one thing that sets this puzzle apart over all my other 2x2s is that it's sculpted. So you can see here that it has like these easy like places for your fingers. I actually kind of like that. So going into it too, corner cutting is actually pretty remarkable. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good corner cuts right there at that 45-degree mark with relative ease. So I'd say once this puzzle breaks in, it's probably going to be a fairly good puzzle as far as that goes. So going into first turns, this is actually pretty good. So this puzzle, it does have some locking issues, especially when I'm moving fast. I'm not the best at 2x2 finger tricks, but you know, from what I am good at, this puzzle is pretty locky. I'm not sure if that's from first impressions or if that's just how the puzzle is, but you know, I'm not too impressed. I'm getting kind of a finger workout. I'm not sure if it has something to do with these grooves, but yeah, but for right now, this puzzle is kind of hard to work with. I'm gonna say that I still prefer my Gans 249, the version to the magnetized one. So, but for $5.95, this puzzle is pretty good. But again, you know, it does feel cheap from first impressions, but again, I do like the sculpted feel of this puzzle. I also really enjoy the movement of it, but again, it does lock. If you're a speed solver, this is probably not going to be the best puzzle for you, but maybe that could be loosened up and maybe kind of lubed, but we'll see. Either way, for now, this is just more of a first impression. I might do a 2x2 comparison video in the near future, but for now, that'll be it. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope this video gave you some insights on these puzzles. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, it really helps me out. Also, comment your thoughts and any other questions you might have. Also, if you found this video helpful, give it a like. Be sure to stay notified for upcoming videos. And as always, happy cubing.